cause and effect, the rippling effect. So we know that we have to take responsibility. If we do not throw the pebble, there's going to be no ripples. So it's all well and good knowing what we need to do, but we've got to action it. So if we make a conscious effort every day to be in love, gratitude and appreciation, that is the cause, what do you think the effect's going to be? The more stable, loving, caring relationships, more solid relationships.
More opportunities.
More
opportunities, new doors opening.
Yes, yeah.
That we didn't notice before.
Absolutely, yeah. And if we're not, what is the effect going to be?
Stagnation.
Stagnation. Yeah. Any other ideas?
Restriction.
Restriction. Yeah. Anyone else?
Unhappiness.
Unhappiness. Ill health. And so it goes on. So, yeah. It gives you an idea of how we, again, need to bring this into our lives on a daily basis. And in the workplace, if we work with working with colleagues or whatever, I often have clients that come to me. A lot of their issues are around work, someone that they don't get on with at work and that type of thing. So, you know, how do we shift something like that? And again, I think it comes from taking people and things for granted. Because as soon as you come into appreciation, you get more out of somebody when you show appreciation for what they're doing. You know, right from your children to your work colleagues, don't take them for granted. This is another very, very short 3-minute video which I am introducing. I think it's really important. It's a short video by Dr. Laura Truss, and it's a YouTube video. She gives a TED talk. She looks after patients that have drug abuse and substance abuse. And she likes to get to the core reason of their problems and their issues, which is what we do as life alignment practitioners. And there was one of her patients that she tells the story of, so I won't tell you the whole story, otherwise it's going to spoil it for you. But just listen to this patient of hers core issue, which was one of lack of recognition. Okay.
Hi, I'm here to talk to you about the importance of praise, admiration, and thank you, and having it be specific and genuine. And the way I got interested in this was I noticed in myself when I was growing up and until about a few years ago that I would want to say thank you to someone, I would want to praise them, I'd want to take in their praise of me, and I just stop it. And I asked myself why. I felt shy, I felt embarrassed, and then my question became, am I the only one who does this? So I decided to investigate. I'm fortunate enough to work in the rehab facility, so I get to see people who are facing life and death with addiction. And sometimes it comes down to something as simple as their core wound is their father died without ever saying he was proud of them. But then they hear from all the family and friends that the father told everybody else that he was proud of him, but he never told the son. It's because he didn't know that his son needed to hear it. So my question is, why don't we ask for the things that we need? I know a gentleman married for 25 years who's longing to hear his wife say, thank you for being the breadwinner so I could stay home with the kids, but won't ask. I know a woman who's good at this. She once a week meets with her husband and says, I would like you to thank me for all these things I did in the house and with the kids. And he goes, oh, this is great, this is great. And praise really does have to be genuine, but she takes responsibility for that. And a friend of mine, April, who I've had since kindergarten, she thanks her children for doing their chores. And she said, why wouldn't I thank it, even though they're supposed to do it? So the question is, why was I blocking it? Why were other people blocking it? Why can I say I'll take my steak medium rare, I need size 6 shoes, but I won't say, would you praise me this way? And it's because I'm giving you critical data about me. I'm telling you where I'm insecure. I'm telling you where I need your help. And I'm treating you, my inner circle, like you're the enemy. Because what can you do with that data? You could neglect me, you could abuse it, or you could actually meet my need. And I took my bike into the bike store. I love this. Same bike, and they do something called truing the wheels. The guy said, you know, when you true the wheels, it's going to make the bike so much better. I get the same bike back, and they've taken all the little warps out of those same wheels I've had for 2.5 years, and my bike is like new. So I'm going to challenge all of you. I want you to true your wheels. Be honest about the praise that you need to hear. What do you need to hear? Go home to your wife. Go ask her, what does she need? Go home to your husband, what does he need? Go home and ask those questions and then help the people around you. And it's simple. Why should we care about this? We talk about world peace. How can we have world peace with different cultures, different languages? I think it starts household by household, under the same roof. So let's make it right in our own backyard. And I wanted to thank all of you in the audience for being great husbands, great mothers, friends, daughters, sons. And maybe somebody's never said that to you, but you've done a really, really good job. And thank you for being here and just showing up and changing the world with your ideas. Thank you.
You know, point there and the questions that she asked there. Sometimes we are wanting praise from someone, so it's all very well saying, yes, go and validate somebody. You know, and we get busy in our lives and we forget and we take things for granted. But what about that patient of hers who ended up, he's ruining his own life basically with drug and substance abuse, just simply because he couldn't say to his father, hey, can you acknowledge me, please, and validate me for who I am and what I've done? Meanwhile, he's going around telling the whole world, all his friends and everything, how great his son is, but he failed to tell his own son, and that's what he needed to hear. And it turned him to drink and substance abuse. That was the core wound. Sometimes, and it happens actually quite often, there are always parts of ourselves that are feeling insecure, and we need to be validated. And we are our worst critics normally. We don't exude confidence in every single area in our life. And I wonder what would happen if we just said to somebody, hey, you know, I think I did a good job there, but I need to hear it from you. Can you tell me? And she says, again, it comes from a fear base. If we ask somebody for acknowledgement, we're not getting it. There's a fear of rejection. My needs may not be met. Or you're showing an area of your vulnerability and insecurity, and we don't want to do that because we normally put on a mask and we pretend everything's okay, but it's not what we're necessarily feeling inside. So I hope that just helped to also add on another element for you to help you to remember that we do need to sometimes feel confident enough to ask for validation if we're not getting it. Gratitude challenges. It is very, very hard sometimes to find gratefulness for the things we don't like and we don't appreciate in our life. It's easy to be grateful for the things we love. But what about if you've just lost your job? You know, and you don't know where the money's going to come from to feed your children, or you've just been told you've got a life-threatening illness and you're going to die in 6 months. How do you find gratefulness in that? And those are the challenges. As I said earlier in my presentation, that it was only through adversity in my life that I found gratitude. And we need to start looking for those simple everyday things in our life that we can be grateful for. It's not the big things. It's not necessarily the big things, it's just the little things. So we need to have a wake-up call and find the lesson when we are facing challenges in our life. And life is obviously going to throw us a curveball every now and then. And that's when life alignment practitioners can help to make that journey a little bit easier, isn't it? Yeah. We don't have to keep walking in the same brick wall. Okay? And another thing I'd like to just tell you, don't compare yourself with others. You are perfect as you are. Love and appreciate yourself for who you are, because it's impossible to go out there and acknowledge someone else if you first don't acknowledge yourself. So you are fine just with who you are, who you're being, what you're doing with your life. And so you just need to acknowledge that. And just remember also, just one act of kindness a day is all you need to do. Just one. Okay, so this is how I start my day. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Envision your day and give thanks for what is about to come, your expectations. Remember, it's not just about thinking, it's about feeling as well. So how you can assist yourself is by writing a journal. Anyone already write a journal? Okay, very good. Okay, excellent. You just need to jot down 5 or 6 things every day of what you're grateful for. And take time for yourself. What I do is I take a walk on the beach every single day. I'm 10 minutes away from the beach, and I take that time for myself to give thanks for my environment, for the beauty around me, for nature. And you can find things in your life, I'm sure, to be grateful for.